look like in action? Hi, I'm Marian Jordan Ellis, and this is 5 Minutes in the Word with Redeemed Girl Ministries. And right now we're in our series, A Redeemed Girl Loves. If you're following along in our scripture memory cards, or if you're just watching these videos for fun, we're in this section to really discover what the scripture says about love. Now, when we read today's passage, you might be surprised to see that the word love is not in it at all. But trust me, the whole heart of love is found in today's scripture. It's Matthew chapter 28, verses 18 through 20, and you might commonly hear this referred to as the Great Commission. Okay, last week we looked at the Great Commandment, which was to love God with all our heart, soul, strength, and mind, and to love our neighbor as ourselves. So today we pick up in our love theme with the Great Commission, which says, "Go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I've commanded you. And surely I'm with you always to the very end of the age." So as usual, we want to start with the context. The context of this verse is Jesus' last words to his disciples while he is on earth. Now let's try to put that in context. This is a big deal. Christ has his disciples gathered. He has been crucified. They've witnessed this. They've also been eyewitnesses of the resurrection. So they are convinced more than ever, this is the Son of God. They understand now that his death was the forgiveness of sins for humanity, for those who place faith in him. And so he stands before them, the risen King, the risen Son of God. And he speaks these words and he says, "All authority has been given to me." And then he says to them, "You go and make disciples." Now, what is a disciple? A disciple is what they were. They were followers of Jesus. They were ones who came along and walked beside him and learned of him and modeled their life after him and found life and love and grace and hope in him. And as a result, forgiveness of sins. And so Jesus looks at this gathering and says, "You go and do likewise." The God who is love says the most loving thing you can do for humanity is replicate yourself, is to multiply yourselves, to make other disciples. Now, I find that just kind of staggering, because when I think about love, I often think of an emotion or a feeling. But really, in the biblical context, when God talks about loving someone, it's always an action. It's something we do. And from Jesus' perspective, this world is in darkness. This world is captive to sin. And as his followers, the most loving thing we can do is come alongside people, our coworkers, our friends, our neighbors, and point them to Christ. Make disciples. Teach them what God says. Show them the truth. Raise up our kids to know the Lord. This is the heart of discipleship. This is the heart of biblical Christianity. And this is the heart of love, is that we would multiply ourselves, that we would make other disciples. And he says, do this as you're going. You'll notice in the scripture, he says, as you're going, make disciples. But then he gives us this incredible promise. He says, "And I will be with you till the very end of the age." So what Jesus promises is, as we're doing his will, this commission, this great commission, that he will give us his presence to do it. And I love that, because God never calls us to do something that he does not enable us to do. And so especially when it comes to loving the world with the truth and beauty of Christ, he empowers us to do just that. I hope this verse is just such a great encouragement to you, because all of us are called into ministry. All of us have a great and holy purpose in life, and that is to make disciples. And the most loving thing we can do for anyone that we meet is to point them to Jesus.